Hello everybody, here am I showing you my WWE 2002 pay-per-view collection. This would be my first video of many I expect to do, so I can show you all of my WWE DVDs, Blu-rays, maybe some VHS from first years, like for example 88, 85 with the first WrestleMania until TLC of December 2011, which was, by the way, great event, great pay-per-view. But well, let's focus here right now in what was a year of many changes, huge changes for the WWF, and then known as WWE in that year also. So, well, first of all, I have the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble 2002, highly recommended pay-per-view, which has a lot of a huge roster, WWE roster. For example, you have here Stone Cold Steve Austin, his last Royal Rumble appearance as an active wrestler. You have the returning Triple H as a babyface, a technician. I prefer to call it that way. Kurt Angle. You have Rob Van Dam, Undertaker, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy. Was a huge, well-balanced roster, one of the best Rumbles I've ever seen. You have also a good undisputed championship match between Chris Jericho and The Rock, Vince McMahon versus Ric Flair. And for example, you have Trish Stratus versus Jazz. Trish was so beautiful back then also, and she knew how to wrestle. That's why I liked that match. And Jazz was a wrestling machine also. Well, that's the Rumble. I highly recommend this event. One of the best Rumbles I've ever seen. Then you have No Way Out with the three highly anticipated matches. For example, you have the WWF Undisputed Championship between Chris Jericho and Stone Cold Steve Austin. You have The Rock versus The Undertaker, and which will have a participation by Ric Flair, by Vince McMahon. Also, the number one contender match between Triple H and Kurt Angle. That was a good event. Also with the returning Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. First time the NWO will be at the WWF event. So it was a pretty amazing event, pretty amazing pay-per-view. Well, then you have the biggest pay-per-view of 2002. I'm not saying it was the best, but it was the biggest. It was the Icon vs. Icon match, WrestleMania 18 between the Rock and the Hulkster. It was a truly Icon vs. Icon match. Now, no offense to John Cena's fans, but I don't think John Cena is an icon. And he certainly doesn't represent a wrestling era or a wrestling style. That's according to me. I respect all of your point of views about that. Well, the Icon vs. Icon, and here I have a promotional DVD also that came with the original WrestleMania 18. You have here also the Undertaker vs. Ric Flair match, Triple H versus Chris Jericho for the Undisputed Championship. It was a pretty decent WrestleMania. I will put it in between the list of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. It wasn't like 17, but it was a good WrestleMania. Then we have Backlash 2002, where you have the Triple H versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan for the WWF F. Then Undisputed Championship. You also have the, well, Billy Chuck versus now Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Undertaker for the #1 contender match. It was a good event. You have the Women's Championship match between Jazz and Trish Stratus. And if you wanna have a hilarious moment, right? A hilarious little moment, you can watch the Bradshaw versus Scott Hall wrestling match. Yeah? Billy Kidman, Tajiri, with lovely Tori Wilson also there. Well, there you have the Judgment Day. Judgment Day, which had as its main event Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus The Undertaker. You have a good match, Hair versus Hair match, Kurt Angle versus Edge. Kurt Angle needed that loss. You have also a handicap match, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Big Show, and Ric Flair. Well, and the Intercontinental Championship match, which was a good match, highly recommended, so watch it. Eddie Guerrero versus Rob Van Dam. And then you have the King of the Ring 2002 event, which you can see King of the Ring roster participants. It was a good event, not what I expected also, though, but you have Brock Lesnar versus Rob Van Dam for the King of the Ring final. Then you have The Undertaker versus Triple H for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And you had The Rock coming and going in that event too. Then you have the best triple threat match, one of the best triple threat matches I have ever seen. The Rock versus Kurt Angle versus The Undertaker for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And also good wrestling matches, for example, the rematch between Brock Lesnar and Rob Van Dam. It was for the Intercontinental Championship. Then you have a no disqualification, no count out match between Booker T and The Big Show. And as an extra, I highly recommend you tag team championship match between Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Edge versus Billy and Chuck. Well, this is a jewel. I like to consider this event like that. It wasn't the pay-per-view, I think, back then, but it was a great show up by WWE in Australia, the Global Warning Tour. It has a triple threat match for the undisputed title, like The Rock versus Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. If you have the opportunity, buy it. I highly recommend this one also. And well, you have Chris Jericho Edge, and you should watch the extras. There are somewhat funny, some kind of funny, yeah. Then SummerSlam 2002. I think this was the best WWE then 2002 event, pay-per-view, highly anticipated match between Rock and Brock. I think was a decent match, but I was expecting a rematch, which I never saw also. And well, but the match of the night was the returning Shawn Michaels, returning after 4 years of absence, versus Triple H, who was the champion, and it was a non-sanction match. It was a classic, and you should also read the Shawn Michaels biography. He has a good paragraphs about this match and what was in consideration here. It was awesome. You should watch it. Also, Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, great match, great opening of SummerSlam. A good SummerSlam. I think it was. It's one of the best SummerSlams I've ever seen. Then we have the Unforgiven, in which you can clearly see the passing torch, generation passing torch. We started the year with Triple H, with The Rock, with Austin, Jericho, but now we're having here Unforgiven with Lesnar first title defense against the Phenom, the Undertaker. It was a good match. You have also a classic, Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit. It's always a classic. You have the Edge versus Eddie Guerrero. You have the Chris Jericho versus Ric Flair. And sorry, but I didn't mention it, but you have Triple H versus Rob Van Dam. It has a surprise near the end of the match. You would see what's about. Then we have No Mercy, where you have the winner takes all match between Triple H and Kane, and also the championship, WWE Championship Hell in a Cell match between Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. It was a classic Hell in a Cell match, a classic passing torch moment also. Then we have the Elimination Chamber match, the first of all the Elimination Chambers, and the best of all, the best of the best. This one, you should watch it, you should repeat it. It's amazing what you see here. A life lesson by Triple H. You see Shawn Michaels in his biggest moment since his return. You have also Triple Threat Elimination Tag Team Championship match. And you have also the Big Show versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship match. It was a huge event, highly recommended. A lot of emotions. And the last one but not least is the Armageddon 2002, where you can see that we have the 3 Stages of Hell World Heavyweight Championship match between Shawn Michaels, defending champion, versus Triple H, #1 contender. And well, we have the Big Show versus the Kurt Angle for the WWE Championship match. It was a good event, a solid way of ending a great, exceptional year for WWE, I think, 2002. So I would like to hear your comments. I would like you to share me your doubts, or share me your collections. Well, as I told you before, I will be back with more videos showing my WWE collections from different years. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Take care.